Надеждинская – одна из 4 территорий опережающего развития Приморского края. Именно здесь реализует свой амбициозный проект группа компаний «Арника». Именно здесь будут строиться 2 завода
There are 2 ways
по
to reach the
производству
foot of the
ветеринарных
Pidan mountain.
витаминов, защищенных
First
аминокислот,
option
пробиотиков и
A
антибиотиков.
well-traveled tourist can come by train and get to the 74th kilometer and then walk for 3 to 4 hours. But this is not the path that we chose. We are new to such type of tourism, so we will have arrived on a very comfortable buses from one of the travel agencies of the Приморский край, and now we will transfer to smaller
Здесь не действуют
vehicles.
привычные в мире бизнеса правила. Свободные от налогов предприятия могут свободно вставать на ноги в первые 5 лет существования. Вот так выглядят преференции для резидентов территорий опережающего развития. Налог на прибыль 0% в первые 5 лет, 12% в следующие 5 лет.
The mountain is 1,302 meters, and its official name is Mount Lavadinskaya. It's part of the Lavadinsky range of the Sikhote-Alin. Livadia is a region not far from here. The mountaintop was renamed in 72 due to a time when the places were renamed from Chinese in the Far East after conflict on the Damansk Island. No one uses the official name, not the locals or tourists or even the tour guides. Everyone just calls it Pidan.
И вывозе товаров. Площадка для реализации инвестиционного проекта за счет государства обеспечивается инфраструктурой, электричеством, водой, газом, подъездными путями до границы участка. Именно создание особых экономических зон делает Приморье идеальным местом на Дальнем Востоке для реализации самых разнообразных инвестпроектов.
We are now at the foot of Pidan. If you translate from Chinese, Pidan means high cliffs, and from ancient Chizerninsk language, this means the rocks that have been placed by God.
Дальнего Востока выбрали Приморье. На сегодняшний день в крае создано 4 таких тора – Надеждинская, Михайловский, Нефтехимический и Большой Камень.
Some think that Pidan is the highest mountain of the Primorsky Krai, and that is not true. Pidan is actually quite average in height, but it is visually very different. It is very unique, has unusual terrain. The terrain consists of 3 parts. The first part is quite flat, and that's the biggest part of the mountain, and it's very easy to walk on. The second part is a high rising area, and the third part of the rocks, where Pidan gets its name from. People visit Pidan for a few reasons. One of them is the beauty of the area. But I would say that's actually not the main reason, that's the second reason. The main reason why people come here is because there are many legends at this place. And I'll tell them to you shortly. And also, Pidan is part of the list of the mountains called the Primorsky Bar. If you visit the 10 mountaintops at the list, you will get the award from the Federation of Sport Tourism of Приморский край.
На сегодняшний день, по данным Корпорации развития Дальнего Востока, в Приморских тор зарегистрировано 90 резидентов. Общий объем заявленных инвестиций по ним больше $1 триллиона рублей. Планируется создать почти 30 тысяч рабочих мест. Уже сейчас резиденты вложили в свои проекты, а значит и в экономику Приморья 79 миллиардов рублей. Создано почти 6,5 тысяч рабочих мест. Одним из наиболее амбициозных инвестпроектов Приморья сегодня является строительство 2 заводов на территории опережающего развития Надеждинская. Реализацией проекта занимается группа компаний «Арника». Уникальное импортозамещающее производство витаминов, защищенных аминокислот, пробиотиков и антибиотиков для животноводческой отрасли появится на территории региона в ближайший год.
Maybe it's strength of self-hypnosis or something else, but I do feel better. I have only slept for 3 hours today, so we will see how strong the waters from Pidan are, and if I'll get any energetic or health effects on me. God was looking down to earth and saw 2 Baha'i warriors that were throwing rocks. the warriors could barely find the stones amongst the forest, and due to that, their practice were more of hunting for stones than combat training. One warrior shouted that he will have had so much more practice and become more stronger if the stones were nearby, so he could worship his gods better. God heard him and created stones, took it all in one hand and poured them in a comfortable area. And so many stones managed to fit into the god's hands that the rock hill ended up being the tallest in the surrounding area, and Pidan was created. Pidan also means a place where rocks were placed by God. And this place became sacred. Normal people could not visit this area, only priests could. They brought their sacrifices to gods and talked to them. On the way to the hilltop, we can see many unique places where you can make a wish, and some of them have ethnic backgrounds. Our guide has said that if you tie a ribbon around here, your wish will not come true, because you're just polluting the environment around you. Here you can find a waterfall, and the waterfall's name is the Flame of Dragon. It's called this way because it actually looks like a flame of dragon. The water is rather tall, but you can only see it when there's no leaves. During the winter, when there is snow, or now. And in about 2 weeks, you only see the whole beauty of the waterfall until it freezes.
2 года назад наша группа компании «Арника» приняла собственную инвестиционную программу. И то, что вы сейчас видите, это первые 2 проекта. Высокотехнологичное производство корм-биосинтез и второе – это высокотехнологичное производство фармасинтез.
Слева слышен стук молотка, справа шум отбойника. Во дворе заливают бетон и готовят к укладке асфальт. В этих помещениях оборудуют современные лаборатории.
While I'm getting the water, because we are about to start the hottest part of the hike, I'll tell you a legend. The legend states that there is a flying man living in Pidan. And his last spotting was in 2016. He scares tourists by screaming that stay overnight. The last sighting was by tourists, like I said before, in 2016. And you can search for this story online and read up on it. People do believe in this, and many people say they have heard his shrieks. You can even hear and see Arsenyev mentioning this creature in his writing. As we all know, Arsenyev is not the last person out there in the history of our region. So I somewhat believe this, and I'm a bit scared. So I'm trying to keep with the tourist group. But if we're talking seriously, the main harm on this path are snakes. Tourists are warned about it, to actually look where they're stepping. Big predators usually keep away from the tourist path, but chipmunks, foxes, hedgehogs, squirrels like coming down to the path. Tourists feed them. But we were not very lucky to see them this time. Overall, almost 10,000 people go up Pidan. Our tourist groups start from 2 people to 150 people a time. This weekend, I have a very big group, and last weekend I also had a big group. Pidan is one of the most popular paths. The peak season to visit Pidan is September and October. We provide the services to hiking to Pidan whole year round. The mass group tours start in April, between April to June, when the snow is already away, and groups are usually not that big, up to 20 people at a time. In the autumn, on the other hand, it's very active. There are many legends surrounding the mountain. One of them is a flying man. Do you believe in the flying man? I can tell you one thing. I've been on this hike for more than 120 times. And I have never seen the flying man. I have seen tourists that fly when they trip, but that's not exactly the same thing. Legends have been created to promote the mountain, and I think the person who came up with them is amazing. He managed to promote this area and make money. people have an understanding for these and want to come and see the legends. And also people understand that they're only legends. From the people that I hike with, around 2 to 5% do actually believe in these legends. People also say there's some unique lake under Pedan at the hills that actually heals people. Well, that could be one, but it's not the only place that we can find such underground lakes. If you look all over the world, the underground water reservoirs all over the world. And if there is one like under Pedan, I would not be surprised. There are lakes under pretty much every single mountain. You have to understand, when the want and the belief match, the strength is going to be there. I can guarantee on one thing for you, the energy on this mountain hill is very strong. We don't have to believe in legends, but energy here is noticeable. People come back here, not due to legends, but to the need of regenerating themselves and start a new path. The energy helps, and I bet that's what makes wishes come true. I personally have not made any wishes yet, but probably if I'll need a very serious wish, I'll come here and it will come true then. So you haven't come up with your wish yet? I have many wishes. They come true. But they're not wishes for this area, and I have not wished them here. If a wish is connected to action, it always comes true. One such action can be hiking up Pedan. This is not the easiest hike, so we can consider it an action. I have many clients that hike with me up twice a year. Some people have gone up more than 15 times. They hike with me to the mountains, but they keep coming back here saying that Pedan is different than others and doesn't feel the same way. They always want to come back. People feel the energy and it matches them, so they want to keep coming back. I have personally been working here as a tour guide for 13 years. Aren't you bored of hiking up the same hike? I'm not bored of this. I love hiking. I live by hiking, and I live by hiking on Pedan. I love working with people. I don't feel the physical effects anymore due to the experience, and I love being connected to the people in the mountain.
Она такова, что вот если вы представите гранулу лизина, например, да, она имеет такой вот вид, как сахар, только не прозрачной формы, а белой. И, соответственно, каждую гранулу, вот каждая гранула лизина, это вот как сахаринка, ее нужно защитить. Чтобы ее защитить, нужно вот такое оборудование, собственно говоря, там какие-то вихри, там супер там, потоки воздуха, и вот это твердая оболочка.
The legend states that the mountain top was surrounded by 24 Maori stones, and only priests had access to them.
У курицы и у свиньи ей достаточно просто скушать.
And they had to bring a sacrifice here.
В пользу, а корове
This is one of the first key areas of energy. Was the sacrifice human? No, the sacrifice was animals, or they would sacrifice their own blood. Now this is a place of rest, and you can take photos here.
Будет польза, соответственно, и рост, прирост мышечной массы, и молоко и так далее.
Here people leave a thank you to the priest with bread or money or some other snacks. The guide has warned us not to leave any big money because that disappears right away, but suggested to leave nuts because they stay for longest. Also, you can make a wish here. That's it. After 3 hours, we're finally at the top. To the strongest of us, Pedan gives beautiful views of the mountains, oceans, and forests. People say that Bidan doesn't let everyone up here. But some can't even get up after starting to feel sick right before the mountaintop, so they never get to see this. But our group was able to reach the top. Apart from the mountaintop, you can see the leftover of the helicopter Mi-8. People say it got caught in the electromagnetic anomaly and all the equipment malfunctioned. Now the leftovers were made into a mountain, and everyone who wants to get the Primorsky Bars badge need to take a photo with it. For a while, you were able to find a bicycle here, but a few years ago it was taken down. On an average, a tourist spends up to 30 minutes to an hour up here, and then they will go down before the sundown. We have decided to go at random with friends and family. My son has suggested this for a while, and yearly we have been moving our trip. And this year we finally managed to get here and prove ourselves that we can do this. There is a lot of memories and emotions that are amazing. The mood is amazing now, weather is beautiful, people are beautiful. All this is great. Many people here are by far not athletics, with different ages, and we all managed to get here.
И опять же есть обязательства перед партнерами, которые нужно выполнять. Подписавшись по старой цене, мы должны выполнять эти обязательства, а не зависеть от внешнего рынка и идти у них на поводу.
That trip is a lot easier. We have already been to Vorovy, and we will be visiting that place next. One more question. Have you ever planned to stay overnight and get the Primorsky Bars badge? Well, probably. We are more traveling for ourselves, but we will see how it goes. There are photos of it now. Who knows? Do you travel up mountains often? No, up mountains is a very rare thing, but I do hike up Bidan every year. Some years I hike twice a year. Where did this tradition come from? We became friends 20 years ago, and we love visiting Bidan for the environment, river, and also it is a very athletic type of tourism, and it's very beautiful here. We love it because it has an amazing feel and it's very beautiful. What do you think of the hike? It was actually hard, but I do like it. I got sick right before, but because we were hiking in a group and there were almost 80 people of us, it made me unite with everyone, and I managed to get the strength to go up. And I will have only the most positive memories.
Кроме того, Арника входит в тройку крупнейших в России поставщиков кормов и кормовых добавок.
But we'll see how I feel when I get down from the mountain. If you believe in superstitions, you should not take anything from the mountains with you. But if you really want to leave something here while making a wish, make a wish. When making a wish, you need to leave something for the mountain, spirits and gods, whatever you believe in.
Перейдем к поставкам собственной продукции, и это не будет завоевание каких-то новых ниш рынка, да, на которые потребуются какие-то особые, чрезвычайные усилия, страхи, риски. То есть этот риск отсутствует.
It's almost 6 p.m. and we have already managed to reach the bottom of the mountain, and we are all very tired. The peak season is almost over, and this means you can visit this area next week before the snow shows, or around May and end of April, when the snow will finally
своих
dissolve.
амбициозных проектов группа компаний «Арника» запланировала на конец 2019 года и на середину 2020. Руководство компании обещает, что к будущему Восточному экономическому форуму оба завода будут работать в полную силу. Это был канал Asia Amazing. Увидимся!